And welcome back to episode 3 of Hit the Showers, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. I am here with my family once again, and we're here to talk football. As always, I have my point man and co-host, Malcolm Knock-Kneed King. What's good?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? You know the king is back once again in effect.
I know that's
ready
right.
to take over.
We also got OG and fellow Raiders fan, Mike Brown, up there. What's going on?
Hey, all right. How y'all doing?
You know. And then last but not least, my father, the original Raiders fan.
Yes.
Clifford Jordan. How you
What's
feeling
up?
tonight?
What's up?
What's going on? How y'all feeling?
All right.
Fantastic.
I'm feeling young. Can y'all say the same?
Hey, shut the
Yes,
fuck
sir.
up. Starting out early. Listen, but
Everything feels good with my back.
but we are starting out early. One of the main topics that I wanted to touch on today is the current scramble for quarterbacks we have in 2021. Something very interesting that I heard on ESPN this week was that there were only 10 teams who are confident and confirmed that that's the quarterback they're going with. Can y'all help me name those 10? Do you know them off top? Because they didn't give names. They didn't give names now. Now, we know, of course, Tom Brady staying in Tampa Bay. Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen.
Right. Lamar Jackson.
I do think they still
So
have confidence
4?
in him. Yes.
Let's say who? Ryan Tannehill? Is that who you said?
I said Teddy.
Bridgewater.
Okay.
You think he's gonna stay? You think he's locked in?
This year, yes.
Yes, this year.
Okay.
This year, yes.
I can see that. I think Kyler Murray. We know that they're going with him. I think
that's what 6.
I think Cincinnati has no choice but to stick with Burrows.
Tannehill.
Definitely.
You think
Tannehill from the Titans. He had a good season this past year.
Where we at right now?
7, I believe.
I think Josh Herbert has cemented his spot with Sandy not LA Chargers.
LA.
Yeah, they moved. So they LA now.
Right.
But who else? What else? Who else did we say?
We got two more.
Well, I mean, of course, Matt Stafford's going to Detroit, right? So,
no. He's going to the LA Rams.
Oh, the Rams.
He's going to
from Detroit to the Rams. Duh, I meant.
Right.
So we know that he's starting in LA. Do you think that Goff is going to start in Detroit?
I think he'll have to initially.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's going to be the long-term pick for sure.
No, I don't think long-term. And also, I think Tua will be solid in Miami.
I actually wrote him down. I think I wrote him down there.
We're forgetting one obvious one.
Well,
this is 10.
Drew Brees would be definitely.
He's a free agent, though. Him and Aaron Rodgers are both free agents right now.
He's coming back, though.
That was going to be my next question. Do you think Drew Brees is coming back? Do you think Aaron Rodgers is coming back?
Yes.
You think Aaron Rodgers is staying in Green Bay?
On both. Yes, on both.
See, I
agree.
I did think that immediately, but I do have like a slight feeling like I think he's kind of turned on by what he saw Brady do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has a little rift in Wisconsin, in Green Bay with them, and, them not giving him what he wants. So I feel like if he does leave, there's not a team that wouldn't want him. So
Okay, but
go ahead.
I'm gonna go with you on that. Only team that Aaron Rodgers could take to, and I know I'm being biased, but the only team that he could take to a Super Bowl would be the Raiders.
The Raiders.
But they have no defense. But other than that, everybody's solidified their quarterback situation pretty much. So he's not going to go. He's not going anywhere.
Right. It is. Yeah. I think I can agree with that. And I do agree with the Raiders as well. I just feel like in order to pull that off, we would have to give up too much, which would in turn hurt us from being able to rebuild our defense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he's going to come in at a decent amount. I'd say at least $22 million. You know what I mean?
Here's a fun fact. Everybody talks about Derek Carr being a top 3, top 4 from last year and all the stats. But let me ask you a question. He's a Tony Romo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He could get you to the dance. He can get you to the dance, but he can't afford to buy the ticket to get in.
I agree 110%.
He can get you to the dance, but he cannot afford. I don't care if you make an all-star defense. He will score, but he will fumble. He will do something to take you out the game. Tony Romo had the game locked up, and they did the little thing, and he fumbled the ball, and they lost the game, and took himself out the playoff. That is Derek Carr every day of the week.
I agree with you 110%. How do you feel, Mike?
I agree with you, man. I'm telling you, man.
But see, here's the thing. And I didn't want to jump in to the Raiders talk so quick, but you brought up a good point. So we can say that Gruden is still pretty confident in Carr.
Yeah. He's his next door neighbor.
Right.
I've heard differently though.
You know what? Let me be the next door neighbor.
They're about to trade away Mariota. You gotta be confident.
But let me ask you a question. If you was my next door neighbor, I ain't gonna say nothing because you might shoot through my window.
Right.
I ain't gonna dog
but
you.
I feel like here's how I feel like, y'all. This is my take on it. As a not a Raiders fan looking on the outside looking in. I feel like Carr is the stepdad married to the woman, which is the Raiders, and he happens to be now the stepdad of this child, which he has no choice to deal with unless, they do get rid of him.
But he's in a good position. You feel me? They gave him the contract that he wanted and gave away what's the defensive lineman to the Bears?
Khalil Mack, linebacker.
They gave Khalil Mack away and gave Carr the contract that he wanted, even though he wasn't producing the year before.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But the Cliff, and y'all can tell me as Raiders fans if I'm wrong, was that John Gruden or was that Mr. Mike Mayock?
No, I'm gonna
get up out of there.
I'm gonna break it down
Gruden
to you
immediately.
I
think it was.
I'm gonna break it to you. I'm gonna take it to you. Gruden went to Tampa Bay. He won a Super Bowl on Tony Dungy's team.
Glad you brought
Everybody
that up.
said Tony Dungy's team. So now he came back to the Raiders. So he had to make sure it was not what's your boy Del Rio's team.
Oh,
Anybody that Del Rio or McKenzie drafted, he got rid of. Mari Cooper, Carl Joseph. He got rid of Cook. Went back to New Orleans. He got he got rid of everybody. So therefore, now it's his team. Only one he kept from the Del Rio, McKenzie is Derek Carr. That's the only one he got. Right. Everybody else is gone. So it's his team now.
You are right about that, but see, that's my thing. That's my thing, though. That brings up another question with me: is Gruden overrated? Because in my mind, the only notable win you ever had was in Tampa Bay when you beat the Raiders, arguably from only knowing their playbook.
And an all-star team.
Is Gruden overrated? In my opinion, no.
I just get upset because Gruden he's the man. He's the man. Gruden is the man.
So build on that, Mike. So what makes you think so? And I'm not disagreeing so much. I just want to.
I think he's going to get us to a Super Bowl here in the next couple of years.
I'll give him that.
We're in the path. I mean, we're on the track to.
Right.
You shut.
Secondary safety position. I think we're going to be all right.
I think that we need a few more upgrades than that. But I will say that even when Gruden was with the Raiders originally, you didn't do anything exceptional to stand out. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see anything that wowed me by your coaching ability. And then when you left, like I said, you got that win against the team that you previously coached. So I take some points away for that. You know what I mean? Right. I don't know if it was so much your ability as what you knew about that team you played against. So my next question would be, why is everybody so hung up on Gruden to give him a 10-year, $100 million contract?
Well, you know what? It's like this. Gruden is like what they say, you're book smart, but your common sense is lacking.
Right.
He knows all about football, but he can't call the right play.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm following that. That definitely makes sense.
He's a good. As far as knowing football, he knows all the football, but in certain situations, he just can't pull. He can't pull the right play out.
You know what? Right. And that brought a thought into my mind that actually makes me wonder, is that the reason why he's hung up on Carr? And not necessarily that he's hung up on him, but because Gruden's so big a quarterback guy, it seems like he would think, I'm not willing to take a gamble on somebody else unless I get the one I want. You know what I mean?
Right.
You said what, Mike?
That's basically
what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's just how long can we do that? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it's a different generation, Cliff. You know, we talked about this in the past, you and I. You know, Gruden's a hard-nosed coach, as we know. He's one of the old school coaches. Not many old school coaches left. A lot of these guys are young themselves and they're with the new generation. Gruden is an old school traditional coach. These guys, you know, they play different football. They come in and they're young and they want to do things their way, and they may not really commit. How do we know they're fully committed to Gruden? Do they have Gruden's buy-in? You know what I mean? Do they really have Gruden's? I mean, I'm sorry. Does Gruden really have their buy-in? Right. You know what I mean? With these young cats, they may not. They may not.
I had mentioned that before. I think they do. I think he still can communicate with the young guys.
Yes.
I think to some extent, but I also feel like he's so offensive minded. Mm-hmm. I don't know that he can connect with the defense like that.
Right.
To me, it's always that next man up mentality. To me, you know what I mean.
He's a good motivator.
Right. He does.
Yeah.
I would say that.
He's an excellent motivator. He's excellent on. He's excellent on excellent O's. But he doesn't know how to call the right plays. Right. I don't think he knows how to call the day's game.
Right.
Okay. He doesn't know how to call the game.
I mean, and y'all don't want to talk about how y'all almost lost to the Jets this past season. I mean, that was the flukiest win I've ever seen. I mean, it happened when the Raiders played the Jets.
We threw a bomb, bro. We threw a bomb. So what are you saying?
Hold on. And what happened after that bomb? What happened when y'all threw that bomb? What happened to the what's his name? Greg Williams? What happened to the Jets defensive coordinator after that bomb? Because the game should have been over.
Yes.
He gets in home for good.
And Mike Brown, do you want to tell your fellow Raider fans what you did when you thought the game was over and the Raiders were getting ready to lose? You want to tell your fellow Raider fans what you did that day? Because I remember very clearly.
Yeah, I turned the cartwheel and a flip. Once I completed it, they won somehow. But it's all in there together. You know what I mean?
Like a teenage girl upset that she got grounded or couldn't go out for the night. That was Mike that day. He threw
a fit.
Yeah, real live.
I'm not gonna lie. I was very upset at that game, though. But it was more so like a parent when your kid does something wrong, and it's just like I was just disappointed. Like I'm disappointed that you're even in this.
Right. In this situation right now. No, absolutely.
What's going on?
All right, I'm switching phones.
Okay.
I'm on the move. I gotta be on the move.
Where were we at? What were we?
We're talking about the Jets disappointed basically in how they almost lost to the Jets.
Right, the Jets. Well, fuck all that. So what can we do to improve at this point? Like, do you like? So I heard before we started the podcast, I heard you say, Pops, that you was big on JJ Watt. You think that's a good?
That's not enough. That's not enough.
That's not enough. Yeah.
I don't even think that.
We need a count. He needs to go off on the players that who let little stuff go that go bad. You know, like Arden Key. When we lost the Miami game, you face mask,
right?
And you face mask with 3 seconds left. So there's no way you could tell me that Arden Key, come on now,
right?
If you let them get away with it and you keep holding their hands and pampering them, you're gonna keep staying in the same situation. Belichick made Tom Brady and them take pay cuts. Right. So he can sign better players.
I don't know. Do you think that was Belichick or you think that was Brady? Because it seems like he brought brought that same thing down to Tampa Bay, because they're all saying that we're willing to take a pay cut to keep the team together right now. And I feel like that may not have been Belichick up there, because Brady was the man that could have been making the money.
Right.
Edelman made a comment. If you look on YouTube, Edelman made a comment that he left New England based upon the fact that one of the situations was Bill Belichick made them take pay cuts. He told them that you were slow and somebody would cut you. And if you look at Tom Brady now, he's having fun. He didn't have fun in New England.
No,
right.
You are right. You are right about that. Hey.
Hey, boo.
Hey, what's going on?
And even just dropping.
He's having fun with some young talent.
No family podcast.
Right.
He's having fun with some young talent. But bottom line is Raiders have got to do a couple more things, and in this season we'll tell y'all John Gruden's answer.
So here's where I'm at. This is what I was getting at is the only thing that entices me about J.J. Watt is that you're going to get him on a discount. You know what I mean? The fact that he walked out on his contract with the Texans, we know he's getting older. He's not producing the same way he did at the start of his career. There's no way he's going to get that same contract that he had in Texas. So that does entice me because we can lowball him. But if I had to pick and it was comparable contracts, I'm going with Jadeveon Clowney.
No.
I want him.
No, never. No, you don't want him.
I want him. His ceiling is higher.
Did you? No, it's not. Did you?
Is.
Listen. Cliff, this is the same thing we talked about with Ezekiel Elliott. Just because these guys are younger don't mean their ceilings are higher. If you get a lazy J.J. Watt's going to work harder than Jadeveon Clowney and produce more than Jadeveon Clowney.
But he's also injury prone.
Who? I'm talking about Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon, have you not seen Jadeveon Clowney?
He has been hurt in the past.
Listen, back to his college days at South Carolina, his coach would say, well, when he does play, he plays great, but he doesn't want to practice a whole lot.
He did say that, but that wasn't anything really about injury for real.
But they said in Seattle that his teammates would question his credibility when he said he was hurt. We're not sure if Jadeveon is truly hurt.
Did say that. Nah,
we're not sure if he's truly hurt.
I feel like he's turning that around, and I would much rather have him than a JJ. Well, I don't want anybody that. What is the point in paying for any sort of mid to high level contract if you only got him for a year or two?
Because you're trying to win now. You're not trying to rebuild now. You're trying to win now. No, this isn't a LeBron James situation. You feel what I'm saying? We're right at the cusp of where we need to be as a team. You feel what I'm saying? So it makes no sense to start pulling away pieces to get just somebody based off of name. So let me give you a similar situation. When Tampa Bay signed 43-year-old Tom Brady, who knew was going to be their X factor, and it paid off for them, right? So how do you know that might not be an X factor for them?
That's completely different, though. That's a toss-up. If somebody like Brady comes by, you take him. You know what I mean?
But do you think Brady would have won in New York? Remember when kind of going back to the first episode?
No,
right.
Not at all.
But that was a great. So to your point, hey, I'm going to a team. Cliff, think about it. I'm going to a team that's on the cusp. Yep. A lot of great young players, a lot of great talent. If I can just do a little bit for them, well, I might be able to help get them over that hump. I'm saying as far as TJ Watt goes, or I'm sorry, JJ Watt, right? TJ's his little brother on the Steelers.
Right.
JJ Watt. He might think about it. Like Brady, I'm going to a team full of talent.
JJ Watt, you got me saying it now. JJ Watt is no Brady.
He's not Brady. But what I'm saying is,
if somebody tosses Brady up, everybody goes up for that ball. You feel what I'm saying? Every team that has the opportunity goes up for that ball. But a J.J. Watt, like I said, is only enticing because you have a chance to get him on a discount. I much rather go with a younger player that I don't have to pay nowhere near that much that can potentially get into that role.
But let me ask you. Go ahead, Pops. Go ahead.
But not I mean, you were talking about Tom Brady. As old as he is, he brought you 6 Super Bowls. Clowney can't bring you more than 5 sacks a year.
Wait. We're just talking about Brady on Tampa Bay. He got him 1
in his first season with Tampa Bay at 43.
Right. So if everything pans out, he plays until he's 45, like he said, and we get 2 years. Tampa Bay gets 2 years out of him. That's not enough. Now, like I said, because it's Brady, everybody's going to take that. If it's only 1 year, if you have an opportunity to get a Brady, you take a Brady. But J.J. Watt is no Brady once again.
So
let me ask a stud.
Right. Let me ask the OGs this, Cliff. So do y'all think that JJ Watt, his veteran leadership, his dominance in the league, do y'all not think that he would motivate these young cats on the Raiders on their defense and help
$1 million, baby?
Them?
That's $1 million. That's
you know
$1
what
million
that is?
contract.
You know what that is? That's like when we got Witten. It's like when we got Witten.
Not at all.
No, it is. It's like when we got Witten. You're gonna do more in inspiring the players than on the field actually.
Right.
That's what that is. That's exactly what that is. We don't know that he's going to be healthy as soon as he steps foot out there on that silver and black. We also don't know what they're willing to give him or what he's asking for as well, because he may still be high in the clouds thinking he still deserves something more than he does.
They said he's got
I don't know that his name is worth all that.
But what I'm going to tell you is, what I said at JJ Watt, you look at his stats this year, he's in the top 15. He's still a top baller. Witten was in diapers.
He was. Witten was on his way out.
Witten was in diapers. And the fact that Oakland Raiders defensive line is all young, we need somebody who's a Bear, a Grizzly, a coach, somebody who can come in and say, hey, that's not how you do this.
I'll agree somewhat there. There. It's like a JJ Redick, like we talked about. It's the guy that he's good. He'll produce some, but it's really just getting your team together.
Player.
So what my thing is, are you paying that much money for a JJ Watt to be a coach or a player is the question?
But he can still play. He still got. He was in the top 15 in his sacks in the backfield. He was a dominant force. He was mad at his own team because his team wasn't playing hard enough.
His game is very clearly declining, though.
So if he came in, but if you know what the thing about J.J. Watt is, he's not coming in as a defensive end. He's coming in as a defensive tackle. And I would put J.J. Watt as a defensive tackle all day because he's going to be in the backfield, and that would free up, what's his face? You got Max Crosby.
I can see that.
And Cleveland Farrell needs somebody to teach him how to rush a quarterback.
I can definitely see that, but I also feel like that puts him more in a position to get banged up. You know what I mean? Putting him at the tackle is going to be a lot rougher on him than, being on that end.
And that's what I was going to say, Cliff, real quick, before I lose my train of thought. The Witten analogy doesn't work, and here's why. If you recall, Witten retired, like the OG, I'll say OG CJ, your pops said, Witten was in diapers. Witten retired from Dallas and decided to come back after commentating because he got bored when he thought he could play again. But he was done, and he knew he was done. He just thought, why not? Why not?
Touché.
Why not?
I mean, of course, I was being a little harder on him than I could have, but I mean, I feel like.
Hey, I got a thing. When I was boxing, and Buster Douglas' dad, Bill Douglas, was my coach. Buster told me one day, he said, the day you need to retire is the day the butterflies leave your stomach.
Right.
If you get ready to fight, you no longer scared. You no longer have that fear of losing. That means you don't care.
Right.
Witten retired, came back to make some money, to coach, to do his thing. J.J. Watt just cussed his team out because they wasn't bringing no fire.
You right. You are right.
That means he still got a lot of juice in them nuts. He's ready to unleash.
But listen, we still got a lot of fire. That don't mean our bodies is going to give the amount of fire we trying to give. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all
I got what you're saying. But you know what? I want a ring. So I got a lot of fire. But if I got back in the ring, I'll bite you.
Right.
I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm not going to try to lose. I will bite you. I'm going to bite your ear off. I learned from Tyson. I still got desire to win.
Right. So let me ask you this before y'all try to turn this to a Raiders only podcast.
No, because that was really me clearing it up. There was just a couple other questions I had about the Raiders, but that's it.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you had a whole book full of
a whole sheet.
Raiders. Yeah, didn't he, Pops? I'm sure he did. But no, I'm loving it though. I'm loving it. Let's keep it rolling.
What was you said? Let you say something before.
No, I was gonna say. I know we talked about. You had mentioned the quarterback frenzy and what we thought. Right. We were alluding to who's safe and who we think is gonna be on the move. Right. And things like that.
We did skip over that a little bit because all we did do was touch on the 10 that we thought
who's safe.
Right. But we definitely haven't talked about the Deshaun Watson situation. That's one where I feel like he could fall on that list from ownership's standpoint. But my question to y'all is, do you think that he's really talking about what he said and he'll sit out if they choose to keep him?
I don't think he'll sit out.
You don't think he'll sit out?
I think he will, but I think he won't.
Yeah, he's upset. He's upset with.
So what you think it's like a
lift your mic up.
What is it?
Raise your mic up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too low. Raise your mic.
Yep,
there you go. There you go.
Old
school.
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay.
But so what you think he'll sit out a couple games and then come in like mid-season? What do you mean? Like you think he will, but you think he won't?
I think he'll set out the whole season. He's mad at the organization.
I think he will too. I think he will too.
Yeah, go ahead, Pops.
I think he's more so trying to make a statement. I think it's a statement right now. I think it's a statement.
I agree.
I think he's like.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. That's all I'm saying. I just think he's making a statement.
Yeah.
I can't think of who it was on ESPN.
Reporter?
It wasn't a reporter. He might have been. It might have been that one dude with the glasses, thick dude, played on the defensive line, got the beard.
He played for the Cowboys.
I can't think of what team he played for. I just know his face, kind of lighter a little bit.
He's light skinned?
Not light skin, but you know what I mean. Like
Woody.
Who you talking about?
anyway, no, he doesn't play. He's a commentator, but
right.
Oh, okay.
He was on there and he was talking about how he know Deshaun Watson. And he was like, "Listen, he said, I've always taken him as somebody to stand on his convictions, and this is something beyond football right here. So I could definitely see him sitting out just because it's not like he's upset about the game. This is something personally he feels, you know what I mean? And let's be honest, the Texans have wronged a lot of people over a lot of years. You can damn near say since their genesis, since the Houston Texans began, they've been fucking over players, and the players don't like the team, and the team don't seem to like the players.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a statement. I don't think he'll go the whole season only because Deshaun Watson hasn't played long enough to where financially he's that secure, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't think he'll take that pay. You know what I mean? I don't think he'll take that pay.
You think he's not he's definitely top 5. I will argue that he's top 3.
I agree, but at the same time, Cliff, these dudes, you know how it is. They buy the house, take care of their uncles, cousins.
Well, let me put it like this, because we're in, and I don't mean to take it here, but we're in the era where it's almost like where are the Ali's at? You feel what I'm saying? Right. Like, where are the people that really feel like, well, I'm going to stand on my shit because I'm black and I feel like he disrespected me. And I feel like Deshaun Watson is a perfect one to do it because he's proved what he can do. Everybody knows what he is. He's another one of those quarterbacks like Brady where if he says I'm out and they throw him up in the air, everybody jumps for him.
I agree.
You feel what I'm saying? So if you already have that position, you've worked your way in enough. You feel what I'm saying? So if I choose to sit out all year, it's not that people are going to be thinking, well, he's flat now. He sat out all year. Nah, that's still Deshaun Watson. I'm sure he's working in the background. You know
what the problem is, though, Cliff? And I want to see what the OGs think. Is they're going to try to do him like Kaepernick. A lot of these owners,
interesting.
That's definement. Listen, I don't want to bring it too much to the real world, but let's talk about it, right? Let's be honest.
That's interesting.
Hey, you know what?
Go ahead.
What's
go ahead.
Hey, Deshaun, he's the man. If we got him, we'd be on point. I'm telling you.
Because Cliff, let's just get into it. Let's just dive into it.
But Deshaun is good. Same note. I want you to go with that, what you're saying 100%. Now I want you to go to Dak Prescott, too. How you going to say Dak Prescott is pretty much, they saying, I'm hearing that he might be out in Dallas. Why would you let him go, considering the fact that he's with the best quarterback they had in a long time?
So I'm going to tie this all together.
Unless they think that injury's not going to come back, right?
No, I'm just...
Right.
Yeah,
I read he was doing good.
I did too. I did read he was doing.
He was doing good before he got hurt. Now, but he listen. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get to my main point that I want to get to. I think Dak is on the same boat as Derek Carr. I'm sorry, Derek Carr. Derek Carr. Sorry. Meaning he can get you to the dance, but he can't get you in the dance. Right. That's just how Dak's been.
He can't pay the ticket.
He can't pay the ticket, Pops. I'll say that. Now, the point that I was making is, let's be honest. Deshaun Watson's great. He's also black. A lot of the owners are Jerry Jones, friends or affiliates or similar to him.
Though.
That's definement to them. And they're going to be like, do I want that trouble on my team?
You definitely right. We know that they cut Toby's foot off for trying to run away. We know that much. But what I will say is Deshaun Watson is No Colin Kaepernick. You feel what
I mean,
I'm saying?
skill wise, he's better. But I'm saying, but the whole point I'm making is Kaepernick wanted to make a point, and that was about the injustices of the world.
Y'all ready for
that was his point.
Y'all ready for some real?
Yeah, go ahead.
Spit that.
Because I want you to stay right where you at, but I'm gonna give you some full force ammunition.
Here we go.
I want to hear this. You know what? I watched people say just before Tom Brady went to the Super Bowl. I heard a lot of white people say that Patrick Mahomes is a beast. Patrick Mahomes is the best. Patrick Mahomes is this, da, 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 da. But as soon as Tom Brady came along, Patrick Mahomes became a piece of shit. They put Patrick Mahomes under the table.
They did try to
make him been dogging him.
Garbage. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Why? Because Tom Brady came along, the greatest American white hero. Now all of a sudden, Patrick Mahomes ain't crap.
Well,
they don't understand. They don't understand that Patrick Mahomes was throwing some dynamic passes. His receivers wasn't catching the ball.
That's what it came down to. You
put Patrick Mahomes on the Tampa Bay defense that they had, and put Tom Brady on Kansas City, it would have been a total different game.
No, I agree. Even with that turf toe that he had.
Right.
He was playing with turf toe all game, and he was still doing his thing. Now, that's a fact. But let's be honest, and I don't want to get too deep into it.
Right.
But Patrick Mahomes wasn't never supposed to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
When it comes to black quarterbacks, you're not supposed to be that dynamic. You're only supposed to be athletic.
Right.
Now, Patrick Mahomes is everything. He's athletic. He's dynamic. He can read the field. He can call plays. It's to the point that, listen, it was. You know how long it was in the league that they wasn't even letting black quarterbacks call audibles because they didn't think they could read the field like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna give you one more. Watch this.
Oh,
I'm predicting it now. Wait till next year. We're gonna be talking about Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson plays like Patrick Mahomes.
Zach Wilson.
Yep, Zach Wilson.
The white dude from Brigham Young?
Yes.
Okay.
He's got the ability to throw the ball. He can throw the slant pass. He can throw the underhand pass. Watch how they make him the next gonna be above Patrick. He's gonna be like
okay, I see what you're saying.
Johnny Manziel.
They're trying to replace him.
Manziel, come along. You got a black quarterback that can do it all. Watch, you gonna see that Zach Wilson will be the next. They're gonna make him. I'm telling you.
He is good. No, don't get me wrong.
He's good. That's not what I'm saying.
I get exactly what you're saying. I know what you mean. Like it's the
Johnny Manziel. He could run. He could throw. They found somebody to make the black quarterback look like trash because he can run, but we got one too.
Right.
I mean, and you know what? And it's. I mean, you're right. It is sad to say. And
shouldn't even be compared.
It's sad to say, in all the proof that you really need to truth for people who could be listening and disagree is the whole Doyle situation. That proves to you everything that you need to know about how the NFL and specifically certain coaches in the NFL feel about their black players. So when you have someone at quarterback, and this goes back to Deshaun Watson as well, when you have one at quarterback and you don't expect them to be as good as they are, then you now have to keep them in the meetings, right?
Right.
You feel me? And that's what happened in Texas. Yeah. We don't want your black ass in these meetings, Deshaun.
Right.
And Deshaun's like, well, wait a minute. You didn't see what I've been doing for y'all? Right.
Why y'all leaving me out?
Let me ask you this. You think David Carr's sorry ass was in them Texas meetings? I guarantee he was.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was the guy they went with starting out the gate. We expected him to be something so much more than he was, while this dude proved to you he is what he is, and you still won't allow him the same grace you offer others. And that's what it comes down to, but it's no sweat off any of their backs. It just comes down to being more talented. You know what I mean? That's always been the name of the game when it comes to being someone of color. Just be more talented. And it sounds fucked up to say, but we know you got it in you. So just be more talented. And, but as far as the Deshaun Watson situation goes, I feel like if he does choose to sit out for an entire year, anybody that would try to Colin Kaepernick him would be
right. Right. Here you go. Here go another one.
Fool.
What about the 9 black coaches that were interviewed that were top dollar coaches, that were top dogs, and not one of them made it? But yet a college coach made it. Not a college coach. A college coach came up there and took over.
You right. They were talking about that on ESPN as well. And they like the Rooney Rule ain't working. Well, what the fuck y'all gonna do? And we knew that the Rooney Rule wasn't gonna work. You know why? Because let's be honest. How the fuck can you force black quarterbacks on owners?
Right, you can't.
I own the team. That means I hire who I want to hire. You can't make a Rooney Rule if I'm the owner and I don't want to hire them.
Right.
So how is it ever gonna work?
So tying that into this point, I'm glad you brought this up, Cliff. How do y'all feel about the Texans hiring that black coach into this disastrous situation? Y'all feel like he's already set up for failure?
That's exactly what they do. So they can say, see, that's
you're fired.
We tried to give them a chance, but they fucked it up like we thought they would. So let's go back to who we
that's like Brian Flores down in Miami Dolphins. You know what I mean? He got thrown in a bad situation.
He did.
I mean, but he turned it around.
Right. And let's hope that something like that happens, because that's the only way that you can be better. Like I said, be better. Listen,
what about here go another one. What about the what's his face? Jacksonville Jaguars. They got this coach. Our coach.
Doyle.
No, yeah, I'm talking about Urban Meyer. He hired a coach that got fired.
Yeah.
That's who he was talking about, from Iowa, right?
Yeah. Iowa.
Right. But now they let him go because you know why? They don't want the controversy. They don't want it.
Right.
They don't want it.
And I don't even think it would be so much. Let me rewind a little bit, because what I'm getting at is I don't think it's controversy is the reason why they got him out of there. I think the reason why they got him out of there is because they know that if something potentially happened on a physical level in that Jacksonville locker room, that sets them back 10 years. And let's be honest, they're already 5 years from a good team.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can't afford for one of their best players on Jacksonville to say, what you say to me, and smack him across the face. And now they got lawsuits and he's trying to go through and he's suing him because he put hands on him. And now it's a whole big mix up that you can't afford in Jacksonville already.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I want to ask y'all something. Y'all think that the season's going to be different next year with them having, maybe they have mini camp and all that stuff?
That's a great question. I like how they're bringing back didn't they do a little mini combine last year?
No.
They didn't?
No.
I thought they invited certain people out.
Well, they did. Well, it was like the pro.
It might, it might not have been a combine. It might have been pro day footage, right?
Right.
Well,
pro day.
I do see him doing that, like Trevor Lawrence competing in the pro day, which he looked good at by the way. I will say that. But
surgery after he got done.
He had to go to surgery before and after.
Right.
Trevor Lawrence showed his ass in the Ohio State game.
I like Sunshine. That's Sunshine.
He showed his ass in the Ohio State game.
When
Ohio State started beating that,
didn't he?
When Ohio State started beating that ass, he sat on that bench and shut the fuck up.
So didn't
he? Didn't he? Bro, I was
he acted like somebody just did him wrong. Didn't use no Vaseline.
Speaking of, I'm glad. He's stupid.
He's like, oh Lord, that long hair made him he looked really like a woman. I don't you don't impress me now.
30 second timeout.
Listen, right, can we pause? But what I want to say is they got your boy Brigham Young Jack Wilson going number 2 in the draft.
Overall,
right, to prove what you were saying. So they got Trevor Lawrence going number 1 to Jacksonville. They got Zach Wilson going number 2 to the Jets. Then here we go, Malcolm Panthers. Number 3, they got Trey Lance. The guy that I talked about last week that you said you could throw for that. Yeah. What I tell you about him, you was just looking at that one last season.
I was. But are you right?
I said he's my sleeper. He's going to be the guy to show out this year. Watch, that quarterback, you're going to see a lot of Trey Lance. But
Yeah.
They got Justin Fields going number 4 to the Falcons. So Justin Fields dropped all the way to a 4-piece even after beating Trevor Lawrence. But we all knew Trevor Lawrence was the better quarterback. He's deserves the number 1 spot. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is you but an interesting thing that they did say about Justin Fields is they said that he can't throw a receiver open. He can only throw to an open receiver. And that is the truth from what I've seen at Ohio State. I've never seen him throw somebody a route. You know what I mean? Like let somebody run into the ball he threw. That's not how it works.
And also
when they're open.
I'm looking this up real quick with Justin Fields.
Fields.
Feels like he can't throw the short ones.
The accurate one, right? You want to put it on
if receiver. It ain't a long bomb.
Right. Hey, y'all, what? I'm because I didn't watch him in the bowl game.
Who? Fields?
I like Zach Wilson. I would get. You know what? Zach Wilson would be my first pick.
Quarterback.
I watched
it. Take him over Trevor Lawrence.
I'd take Zach Wilson over all of them from what I've seen.
Well, see,
because Zach Wilson does remind me of a Patrick Mahomes type player.
He is good.
Russell Wilson type player.
I heard somebody mention that before though, but I couldn't remember. You know, but he's gone.
He is good. I will say that's definitely a fact that he's good. But my only concern is, playing for Brigham Young, who all was you really up against?
You can say the same thing about Patrick Mahomes.
You can.
You know what?
Yeah, you can.
At Texas, he went to Texas Tech, right?
Yeah.
He went to Texas Tech.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Yeah,
you look up like where you come from.
Somewhat though. But Texas Tech, they still down there with all them big boys. You know what I mean? Like Brigham Young's. I don't know that their schedule has ever been like, oh shit, look at them.
Well, also to your point, I'm glad you brought that up because I don't know much about this quarterback, so I don't want to act like I know a whole lot about him. This Brigham Young quarterback, Zach Wilson. Do you think that he was good against the teams that weren't that good, or do you think he's going to be good?
That's what I'm saying. That's my question is because he's coming out of Brigham Young, and let's be honest, he wasn't throwing to no SEC cornerbacks and shit. You know what I mean? You wasn't throwing at speedsters. So I don't know that I'm concerned if it translates to the NFL is what I'm getting at.
And it also depends on what kind of offense he gets put in. Right, what style?
That's a great question.
Right.
Listen, because we know Brigham Young, you're a basketball school.
Right.
You're a basketball school. I'm not saying that they don't produce somebody every now and then. Yeah, of course. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm not just automatically going to jump on a Brigham Young quarterback just because he's a dog.
Right. You got a lot to prove still.
I looked at his YouTube. His YouTube tapes, man, he played some big schools and he played them well.
Did he?
And he looked good. But my thing is,
I see some of it.
Yes, he did. He's some big time team.
I see more highlights.
But my point is this:
actual games. I will say that.
But my point is this: I mean, you could take, just because he played for a small school, you give him better talent, he's gonna be great. Now you take Mac Jones from Alabama and you take all them stars. You take that quarterback and put him on the NFL.
Right.
And he had some superstars. He had a high trophy receiver, and all these other receivers and a defense that keep you in a game. And then you put him in an NFL game, he gonna suck.
I see what you're saying.
Because without all them superstars taking care of his flaws, what are you gonna do against a team that when you get against a big team, you're not gonna be that good?
I mean, I'm not gonna take away from my guy. I'm not gonna take nothing away from my guy, but you've seen a bit of that with Burrows. You seen a bit of that with Burrows. You seen a bit of frustration with him not being able to do it the way he did it in college in Cincinnati. You seen some errors. You seen some errors. You know what I mean? Like even a couple interceptions. Like don't get me wrong, there were there were some that I don't want to call them. I don't know, miscommunications. Like you could tell something was off there. Whether it be I don't know if it was the receiver or the quarterback's fault. But he also made some very aggressive plays that didn't need to be made that caused turnovers as well. And I feel like that comes from, like you said, being on LSU where you have all of those weapons, and then you get to Cincinnati where you're stepping up the level of competition,
and you have no offensive
and you
line.
have less than what you had there before.
But you got to understand Burrow's background, though, Cliff, is that Burrow's never lost in his life as far as football goes.
I see what you're getting at. So it can be frustrating anyway.
Can you imagine? I know you're big on a lot of sports, but let's just say boxing. I know you and your dad, are proficient at that. Can you imagine winning all the time and then finally like, I'm losing now. I lost. You know what I mean? Like your whole life,
your mind is gone.
Right, yes. Your mind, you're frustrated. You know what I mean? Like I'm not.
Yeah, you self-imposed.
Is that? But listen, that's a good question. Is that enough to break you though? That breaks a lot of people.
Not Manziel.
We're talking about Manziel. Burrow.
Right. I'm sorry. Not
Okay, but go back to Manziel. Go back to Manziel.
My guy.
Y'all said it. Go back to Manziel. Manziel was a winner. And then he got to the NFL and started getting rocked. And now he's like, I don't even want no parts of it.
Right. Pops, I'm glad you brought that up. Pops, because that's actually a good segue to this thing. Burrow and Manziel, we know, are totally different.
Correct.
It broke Manziel, who won all his life and then lost and was out partying and drinking and doing who knows what.
You are right.
I think Burrow's cut from a different cloth, y'all. I think losing's
Burrow put his hands up and said, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Didn't he? When he got hurt, he said, I'll be back. All right.
I'll be back.
Manziel said, I like him. That's my guy. I like him.
Right.
I like Burrow.
Well, Manziel said, give me money and I'm going to gamble and I'm going to find me some chicks.
Right.
Man, he's still trying to. That's a different story, but he's trying to play in the Arena Football League.
The 7-on-7.
Yeah. That's what.
Listen, he was doing lines off of them cheeks back there.
Wasn't he? Like, hey, Cliff, you're seen that movie White Castle? Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Uh-huh.
There's a part in there they was doing that. Say we be balling, boy. That was Manziel over there.
I was thinking more Leonardo DiCaprio in
Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street.
I'm not fucking
yes, sir. Classic movie, by the way. If you haven't seen it, right? Listen, Jordy, good old Jordy. But anyways, I wanted to ask y'all too.
Somebody walk around the house. I wanted to know.
When we talked about the Doyle thing, I just wanted to finish that part up real quick. So with Doyle, how do y'all feel about Urban Meyer's credibility after the Doyle situation? How do y'all feel about Urban Meyer's credibility?
You know what? It's funny because, of course, I was one of those people. I would never say defending, but I was one of those people that was like, what did that got to do with him when that Ohio State shit went down?
Exactly.
Like you can't know what's going on in everybody's life on the side to be able. So I don't want to say I defended him, but I was quick to say shit like that. And then when this happened as well, my first thought was, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, my nigga, like you got me once. You got me once.
Quack, quack.
And I was saying that's probably none of his business. He didn't. But now that this happened, I'm starting to feel like that's just your MO. Like you just feel like they said on ESPN, you're arrogant. You're so arrogant that you think it doesn't matter who I pick. I'm Urban Meyer. I'll pick who I want.
Right.
And that shines through. At least it did in this situation.
I agree.
See, for me, I'm on a different side of the fence. I really don't give a hell because there's black racists, white racists, China racists, Asian racists. I don't really care if you like me or not. I pay you to do a job.
Right.
I'm trying to win football games.
You are right.
I want to go to football games. I'll tell you right now, you could be the most racist person in the world, but I'm trying to win championships. And if you can help me win a championship, I'm bringing you on. But if you cross the fence and you start talking about my players, I'm going to cut your throat.
Right.
Right.
I mean, like, look here, dude. We ain't playing that here. You gonna come and coach. Coach my boys up. We gonna win some games. But you bring that racism shit in here, you gonna get fucked up.
Right.
That's what I look at it. I ain't looking at it as, you know what,
Yeah.
you know what,
You
he's
know
a
what?
racist.
And you know what? I don't know. Let me put it to you like this. I know your character. I don't know Urban Meyer's character. But if that is anywhere near what Urban Meyer was trying to say, I can get on board.
Right.
Because at this moment, listen, because there's a difference. There is a difference here now that I think about it, Malk. In college, you're paying them.
Right.
I'm paying them. Even if I have a scholarship, a full ride, I'm still paying you with my athleticism.
Right.
I'm paying you to educate me. I'm paying you to better me and prepare me for the next step in society. Now that we are adults and we're all getting paid, just as my dad said, you do your job, I'll do mine. Now, if it goes beyond that, then that's a different story. But that's what I said earlier. That's why I feel like they made him resign, because they didn't want a situation like that where a grown man was like, what you say? And now it's a big deal, and you got a whole locker room rift in Jacksonville. They can't afford that. They couldn't afford it before.
Well, it's the same as the Army. It's the same as military. It's the same as military. If I know I can send this, if I know a dude is known to kill, he's a killer. He gonna kill everything. I know I'm safe. He gonna kill everything. I'm not gonna say, well, because you don't like black people, I'm not gonna send him out there to fight for me.
Right.
So I'm gonna send this guy out there, and I'm gonna get my ass killed because I don't send an idiot out there.
You're right.
So I'm gonna send an idiot. He gonna kill me. No, I'm gonna. You know, Irvin says this is my job.
Well, wait.
I don't want to get up here. I don't want to get up here and fail. And the best motherfucker I can send is this boy right here.
Wait. I can't be quick to say that you're right, because is he a killer? Is Doyle a killer? You feel me? Like, this is the same man that put 12 of his players in the hospital for overworking them on some racist shit. That don't sound like a killer to me. A killer is efficient at what they do. They don't take no extra steps. And what you did is you overworked your players because your ego?
Right.
That's not a killer. And I don't know if, with that being said, that is the best pick for bringing them around killers. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because these are actual killers.
But that's where the general comes in. That's where Urban Meyer comes in.
Right.
Like, hey, you might have did that over there. We don't go that. But I like this stuff you do. This stuff I like what you do. But this stuff right here, I'm about to teach you. We don't do that.
Is he good enough for that, though? You think he's good enough for that? Especially after Ohio State?
I think everybody deserves
State.
I think everybody deserves a second chance.
But do you deserve a third?
Hey, the Bible says 70 times 70 times.
Yeah,
70.
he's right. Your dad is right. That's different. That's different. Yeah, that's something deeper. He's right.
But the Bible's also been revised 1,000 times, and I don't know who wrote that specific passage. So
yeah, but I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm gonna hit you in the heart. How about a woman? Your woman cheat on you, and everybody else calling you a fool because you keep going back to her. But yet everybody else ain't the one. It ain't my heart. You ain't got my heart. My heart love that woman.
Hey, Papa Jordan.
One day,
Papa Jordan.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm telling you.
That's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm like. Listen, I'm like, fool me twice,
I'm hoping
bitch.
sooner or later. I'm hoping sooner or later. Listen. I'm hoping sooner or later it gets in her heart and her mind that, you know what? This is dumb. I got to close my legs for nobody but you.
Yeah, listen, you're a better man than me.
Hey, the book of Hosea say it all. You know, he said his woman was a prostitute, had babies by other dudes, and God said, go get your woman now. But when God said, go get her, she was right by that time. But yet she was used and abused. But yet, now you got a good one.
But listen,
I'd rather take a chance.
Well, at the same time, using that analogy, Doyle ain't no wifey material either.
Right.
You feel me?
So he's a side chick.
Why give him another shot at all? You feel me?
You don't know. But you don't know how his pockets look right now. His pockets might be broke. And that's why I'm like, you know what? I was dumb.
Right. And you know what? And I'll leave it with the only ammo I'll give you, Papa Jordan, on that is that if him and Urban are as close as they have proclaimed in the media that they are, he might have changed face. Because I don't want to get too deep into this, but Antonio Brown, bad, history, bad rap. Tom Brady got him all the way right.
Right.
All the way right. Sometimes it is certain people that you're around.
Right, but that's
I got beef. I got beef burning inside of me. You know what I mean?
Antonio Brown. He's mad about the whole Raiders situation.
Quit that.
Well, before you go into that, Mike, let me say this.
FAB, man. FAB, bro.
Man, get off that, man. Listen, it's like a relationship. It may not work out with the first one. Right. Y'all, I know y'all upset with him.
Did you hear him say he got him all the way right?
He did. Cliff.
I don't know if he got him all the way right, but he got him to be a productive piece in that chess movie made.
Cliff, let me ask you this. Somebody you somewhat know, you don't fully know them, but you like them from the interactions you've had.
Uh-huh.
They have a bad rap. You say, you know what? I'll give you a chance. I'll tell the team to sign you. Matter of fact, you live with me and my wife and my kids for a little while till you get on your feet, and we'll make this thing work here. will make this thing. You take a risk. You don't fully know this person.
Well, that's the only way would take that risk, is if you stay. That's how you train a fighter in a camp. You stay with me. That's how you guarantee they on.
So that's why I said, and now that he got that championship now, not that I wanted to get on it, but now we're on it. Let's go.
That doesn't mean that you keep that discipline, because like I said, that's a fighter in a camp. But once that camp is over, usually motherfuckers revert back to who they actually are.
You might be right, but
I'm not saying that's specific to Antonio's. Right. I'm not hating on the man. Right. God bless. I wish you the best. But I'm just saying, he can't stay with you forever.
Right. The point that I was making is, and this is why I feel like Urban Meyer, the point that I was getting at, lost his credibility to me, is because three strikes you're out. This goes back, y'all, all the way to his Florida days. Y'all remember he coached a killer who committed suicide, and Aaron Hernandez. And they said they seen red flag. That Urban and them knew and seen red flags back then. And he was all about winning. Let's play. Let's controversial situations, right?
Right.
Controversial situations.
A lot of situations.
Right. And then to your point, y'all, at Ohio State, I didn't know that man was whooping his wife. But your wife and his wife were friends, and girls, women talk, and this and that. Come on now, you don't want to get your hands dirty. All right, that's strike 2. Strike 3. You went out on a limb for Chris Doyle and said, we've been knowing each other for, I think, 20 years. He's good in my book. Won't be a problem. We're going to bring him on. I got this. Don't worry about it. Then Doyle gets the backlash, media and everybody. He ends up, quitting, I believe, the same day. Chris Doyle resigning the same day. And listen to this, y'all.
Was it the same day or was it the next day?
It might have been the next day. I thought it was the same day, but it might have been the next day. But listen to this. I don't know, Cliff, if you heard or any of y'all heard Urban's exact words on the release when he resigned.
No, I didn't.
I'm going to read it to you. I want to get this. This is why I say this third strike. Chris Doyle came to us this evening to submit his resignation, and we have accepted, the statement read. Chris did not want to be a distraction to what we are building in Jacksonville. We are responsible for all aspects of our program, and in retrospect, should have given greater consideration to how his appointment may have affected all involved. We wish him the best as he moves forward in his career. I just said initially, no, I know this man. I've known him for years. He's not going to be a problem. He's a great fit. I don't care what y'all are saying. I'm bringing him on. Okay. I got him.
Okay, I follow.
And all of a sudden, Cliff. So I'm buying for one of y'all, and all of a sudden, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't think that I don't think this person would have worked out. I don't know what I was thinking, type stuff. You know, this is good for us.
And listen, we bringing you to Jacksonville, Urban. So that means we can't afford no mistakes. And you just made a big one starting out. So
look at his players. Right. Look at his history. That's what I'm saying, y'all. And these players know that. Back to the Florida days, Ohio State days, and now. That might make look at you sideways like, now do you have your players behind? Did you already lose it before you even got started? He might not have. I'm just saying we'll see. But he might have.
Did y'all see the Jacksonville? Did they do the running rule down there?
Not at all. Look, not at all.
That's the question.
You know what I mean?
Right. You right. But listen.
I mean, there wasn't nobody down there in line.
We finna wrap it up here in a second. So what I want from everybody here is to give their best who you think standout quarterbacks, whether it be rookies, whether it be same old as always, but let's understand that Mahomes has that turf toe and Brady has to get surgery on his knee.
Right, I seen that.
You feel what I'm saying? So keep that in mind as well when we make our decisions. Who do you think? Because I'm looking at standouts as far as who's going to be standing out. You know what I'm saying? And mine, as well as I want whoever's hit the showers. Pops, for you who don't know, hit the showers, that's who you're basically kicking out or off or out of the situation. It seems to me that it's an easy one. I actually have 2 this evening, so I'll be double hitting. But as far as my standout quarterbacks, I still feel like it's something about my guy Trey Lance. I feel like Trey Lance is going to be a name that you hear a lot of people say next year. Wherever they drop him at, I feel like it's going to be a good fit. And he's going to be the next, I won't quite say Patty Moe, but he may be the next Watson type shit. You know what I mean? I will say that. As far as my hit the showers, I will say with the utmost confidence, Doyle and Derek Carr hit the motherfucking showers. Hit the showers, pack it up, and get off the field.
So now that I've watched a lot of tape on him, I'm gonna say my boy will be Zach Wilson that I like to hold. I think he's gonna turn out. But my one who need to hit the showers would be Cam. Sorry ass dude.
That came out of nowhere.
One of the brothers.
Why Cam?
I agree. The Raiders like they're gonna trade for him.
You said what?
Cam Newton.
Yeah.
They might not trade him. They may get him for a garbage can.
Yeah.
That's the Al Davis effect.
I mean,
wouldn't doubt it.
If they do, it better be an even trade like marbles.
Right.
Just swap
Cam for Mariota.
We don't
Cam
want
for Mariota.
Sorry, black people.
Listen.
Hey, yeah. Sorry, Black America.
Stupid.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. What about you? What's your standout quarterback, and who got hit the showers tonight?
I tell you, man, let's stick with the Raiders thing, man. I like to keep Mariota, and for the showers, you know, I like Carr to get the shower, man. Right now,
I'm with you.
I'll take that with you all day.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
So that's my.
You've heard it. Wrap up to episode 3. I will say before we get out,
Cliff, I didn't even get mine. Hold up, you left me out.
That's good. Oh, I'm sorry.
You won't leave me out.
That's all right. That's because you ain't
That's because you ain't a Raider fan.
Right. Hold on, America, real quick, right. America. Y'all see this? If y'all ain't a Raiders fan, y'all get left out. How about that? How about that? You know, I know I'm a little light skinned. I might be one of the lightest ones on here, but man, you know, I'm still I still got an opinion. But I think as far as on the come up goes, I'm really liking that man. Of course, Justin Herbert for the Los Angeles
that's a good one.
Chargers. I mean, 4,336 yards, 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions in your rookie year doesn't sound too bad at all.
And he didn't come out the gate starting.
He didn't come out the gate starting. You're absolutely right. He was behind black quarter, Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
I like him.
You know
I want to see Sunshine do his thing too. That they're comparing him to potential Peyton Manning. That's what they said, potential. I'm not saying he's gonna be. They're saying he has the potential to be have a career sort of feel like maybe Peyton Manning. Maybe we'll see that.
I can see that.
And as far as hit the showers go, I'm gonna need Jared Goff in Detroit now to officially hit the showers and sit down.
Actually, a fight that they've been asking for like a year and some change now. So.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, on the UFC side. I mean, I'm not so interested. Just I like watching fight sports, but I'm more boxing. But also tonight, the 130 junior lightweight ex-champion Jojo Diaz is fighting Shavkatstan Rakhimov.
I don't see that one.
Yeah, that's tonight. But he lost his belt. Jojo Diaz lost his belt on the scale, weighed in at 133 and some change. He didn't make the 130, so he is no longer champion. And if Rakhimov wins the fight, of course, he gets the belt. So I do think that although I would have normally given it to Diaz, I think I can see the upset tonight just because he has more to fight for.
Right.
And Diaz already lost the belt, so that I feel like that brought him down a peg.
It's gonna be interesting.
But
it's gonna be.
We may get into that later in the week this week.
Okay.
But for now, y'all stay up. Y'all got anything to say before we take it out of here?
Yeah, I'm doing a commercial for those who are investing. Please get your together and buy you some Dogecoin.
Oh, hey,
get on
I'm glad you said it, Pop. Dogecoin all the way. Everyone buy. Let's get it. Let's get it to $1. Let's get it.
And get some Dogecoin.
Bitcoin.
Snoop Dogg represent.
I hear that Doge. Hey, Doge, if y'all want to sponsor us too, buy some Dogecoin.
We can sponsor $1.
I'm getting out of here. Y'all stay up.
Mike Brown, you got something to say?
Love y'all.
Love y'all, man.
Nice meeting you.